Hi everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. This is a wee video compilation of the USA road trip that we did in 2022. I've animated some maps and just added some things just for interest, for my own interest more than MD probably. But if you enjoy it, then please subscribe and give us a thumbs up so that we know that you're enjoying this kind of stuff. There'll be more videos coming of the mini moon. I've done a similar kind of video for that. Just need to narrate it. So anyway, thanks for watching and enjoy the video. So leg one, we travelled from Glasgow down to Manchester on the M6. Basically, one of the main motorways through the UK from that takes you kind of to the south and obviously north as well. So we headed down from Glasgow the day before our flight to America. We stayed overnight. Stayed in the Radisson Blu in Manchester. Fantastic hotel, really worth it. We had a runway view, definitely worth checking out. On the Sunday, we flew across the pond from Manchester to Melbourne International in Melbourne, Florida. That was with TUI on their Dreamliner. Really good experience. We paid a wee bit extra. We were taking, Donna and I were taking Caitlin and my mum and dad across with us, and we paid a wee bit extra for premium. Definitely worth it. Wee bit extra leg room, wee bit more comfortable. It's about 8 3/4 an hour to fly from Manchester to Melbourne, but it was really comfortable. Food was good, and flight was an excellent flight. So definitely worth checking out TUI if you're travelling to Orlando and then travelling from any of the kind of major airports in the UK. Melbourne Orlando it's a new airport, but definitely worth it's going places. This is the car we were using for the driving. It's a Chrysler Voyager. Leg one was a bit of a long haul. We went up from Kissimmee or Kissimmee, however you pronounce it, to Destin in Florida. So we're still within Florida, but 7 hours of driving basically took us from the kind of central Florida region right up and round into the Panhandle. Destin's a beautiful place, beautiful white sands, gorgeous warm water in the Gulf of Mexico. And if you get up in that neck of the woods, then I would definitely suggest that you go and enjoy Destin. It's a lovely place, and by all accounts, it's a lovely place to spend a wee bit of time. If you're there and you've got time, then do a bit of sunbathing, enjoy the scenery. It's lovely. Really good drive, really enjoyable. Lots of stuff to see on the road. It was long, but to be fair, the roads in America are pretty much set up for long journeys like this, pretty straight, so easy going. This is the beach in Destin, absolutely beautiful. This was the weather when we were there. You'll see a picture shortly of us as we took in the sunset. It was absolutely glorious, and a great start to our travel holiday. Leg two, we left Destin and travelled west to New Orleans. Short haul, like a two and a bit drive, 2.5 hour drive from Destin to New Orleans, up kind of along the kind of southern coast of America to through Mobile and then onwards to New Orleans. Pretty easy, again, straight roads, not an issue, designed for kind of that travel, so pretty easy driving. New Orleans was everything you expected it to be. It was absolutely fantastic. Scenery was amazing. Definitely encourage anybody to go to New Orleans. You'll love it. It's an absolutely fantastic place, and I would go back in a heartbeat. Cafe du Monde, we ate beignets, absolutely beautiful. And as I say, the food, the scenery, the weather, everything just made New Orleans special. From New Orleans, we travelled up to Jackson. Had a bit of a nightmare in Jackson. To be fair, I made the mistake of assuming that downtown meant the city centre, but in all reality, when we got to Jackson, although we were staying in I think it was a Ramada. I'm not 100% certain. I think there's a picture coming up shortly. And it was, it was a reasonable hotel, to be honest with you. But when we rocked up to the hotel, first thing we seen was a hotel room with a broken window. We then walked in. There was some youths, let's just say, hanging about the outside, and the reception area was like Fort Knox. So we didn't stay long. We ended up just agreeing that we weren't going to stay there, and we moved over to the Holiday Inn Express, which was kind of close to the motorway. It was an excellent experience. From Jackson, we then headed up to Memphis and took in Graceland. So the drive up to Memphis, straightforward. Again, straight on the interstate, straight up. No real dramas at all. Really easy drive up into Memphis and straight to Graceland. Graceland, I wasn't a big Elvis fan, to be honest with you. We were going to Graceland more for Donna and my dad more than anybody else, but ultimately it was a fantastic experience. I would encourage everybody that's in that area to get to Graceland. It really is a special place, and I think you come away with a real profound understanding of how big Elvis really was. Beale Street, we went to Beale Street after Graceland, and I proposed to Donna on Beale Street. She had always wanted to kind of make a statement about walking in Memphis, and there you go. Leg 5, we left Memphis pretty quickly because we were heading over to Nashville, and we drove along the interstate between Memphis and Nashville and decided to stop off at Lexington, which is about halfway, and stopped off overnight. Stayed at a Hampton Inn just at Lexington, really nice, great. Broke up the journey, and then the next morning we headed over to Nashville. So we kind of broke up. It was about a couple of hours of driving from Memphis to Lexington, then a couple of hours in the morning into Nashville. Weather was fantastic, straight roads, easy driving, no issue at all. As I say, the roads in America are designed for long haul kind of driving, and there's no issues at all. Pretty easy going. Stayed in Music Row, Best Western, really nice hotel, well worth it, good value for money. Took in the Country Music Hall of Fame, Grand Ole Opry. This is Big Ole Red, I think. This is Blake Shelton's place, Grand Ole Opry. And then in the evening, out into Broadway. It really is a lovely place, definitely worth it. Leg 7, we went to Rock City. It's slightly different, off the beaten track, up in Georgia, quite close to Chattanooga, I believe, and Lookout Mountain. So we headed up to, from Nashville, we headed east. Actually changed time zones, so I think we lost an hour on the way over to Lookout Mountain, but that was, it didn't make any difference ultimately. It wasn't making any difference to it. Our time scales weren't being run by international timelines and things like that. So Lookout Mountain in Rock City is an interesting place, created by a married husband and wife. They spent their whole life carving Rock City into the hills, and you can see 6 different states from where you're standing. A lot of grottos with kind of its illuminations and all that. Lovely place. From there, we headed down to Montgomery, Alabama. A bit of a long haul, to be fair. We kind of left, went through the mountains, absolutely beautiful drive down, really picturesque. Down to Birmingham, and then from Birmingham down to Montgomery. Stayed overnight in Montgomery. As I say, bit of a trek, to be fair, but we wanted to get down to Montgomery just to see some of the scenery and kind of try and take in some of the civil rights stuff that's down in Montgomery. And definitely worth it. As you can see, the pictures don't do it justice. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful architecture, beautiful scenery, really nice place, and some really poignant stuff when you walk about the signs and things like that. Obviously, where Rosa Parks made a stand for civil rights as well, so definitely worth seeing. From there, we headed down to Kissimmee. Again, another long haul, but you know, as I say, the driving's not too bad. It's pretty easy. It's all straight. Interstates are wide open, you know, and to be fair, as long as you're stopping regularly and taking breaks, it really isn't a problem at all. As you can see, we kept going south. We went through the outskirts of Tallahassee, and then basically down through northern Florida into the central area and back into Kissimmee. All in all, the whole trip took us a week. Pretty quick, to be fair, but we'd done everything we wanted to do, and it really was just a taster. We had 2 weeks down at the parks organised. We had a villa booked and things like that, so we wanted to get back down and enjoy some relaxation as well. So that's where we headed to. We headed down to Kissimmee, down to the villa, and then obviously spent some significant time at Magic Kingdom, getting the usual touristy stuff done. All the group pictures, the ridiculous t-shirts, the fireworks at night at Magic Kingdom, and obviously over at Hollywood Studios. Some more day shots at Magic Kingdom as the entrance, and then obviously Universal Studios as well. We've pretty much done all the Disney parks and Universal parks as well, and the water parks. It was a really busy time. Really enjoyed it. Weather was fantastic. The experience was fantastic, and definitely encourage anybody that's not been to get themselves over to Florida and enjoy themselves. As you can see, there's Mum and Dad, Love's Young Dream, enjoying themselves, and here's Donna, Caitlin and myself. It was really fantastic. So all up total, we drove a grand total of, I think, 2,148 miles. Visited countless states and cities, as you can see on the map here. And there we go, 2,148 miles all in. So a fantastic time had by all. I'd do it again tomorrow. As I say, it was easy driving, big luxury car, not a problem. So definitely get yourselves out there, enjoy it. All I can say is thanks very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing to those of you who have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, then you know it's free, doesn't cost you anything. It would be great for the channel. And again, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Lets us know that you're enjoying it. Lets us know you keep doing what we're doing. Alright, thanks very much and enjoy watching. Thank you.